Hello, welcome back to iCourses.org. My name is Claude, and once again, I'm your teacher today. Today, I'll be talking a little bit about the writing section of the TOEFL. Now, the writing section has two questions. The first one, you're going to be listening, well, you'll read a passage, and then you'll listen to a lecture about that passage. And the lecture will either support or contrast what you read. And then you're going to have 20 minutes where you have to write about how the listening passage either supports or contrasts what you read in the first passage. Now, there are some specific techniques that you'll want to use to integrate both of them together. And we'll show you specific techniques on how to do that. You'll have 20 minutes to prepare and write that first task. That one's only 20 minutes. The second one is 30 minutes. A lot of times people consider the first writing task to be a little bit more difficult because you're using information that might be new to you. But there are some specific techniques we'll show you that will make it a little bit easier. The second writing task is one that's a little bit more personal. You'll be asked to express your idea on a certain opinion and to write about that opinion. And that one you have 30 minutes to work on. That one takes a little bit longer because it might be some topic that you've never really thought of before, but we'll show you good ways to maximize that time as well. Alright, so some of the things that you might want to take into consideration when you're going into these tests. First of all, when you're listening, well actually when you're doing the reading or the listening, you want to look for what is the main idea that they're talking about. And what are some of the supporting details and examples. If you can identify those three things in any sort of reading or listening, if you can identify those three things, you are way ahead of most people, I guess. The main idea will always have supporting details. Usually there'll be 2 or 3 supporting details. In each one of those, we'll have at least one example. So those are the things that you really want to look for when you're taking notes. That will also help when you're doing your writing. You have to have good organization. Now, one thing that's really good is you learn how to take more effective notes, how to identify this information. Really, all you have to do is transfer your notes into full sentences. If you can write notes that you understand very well, then all you have to do is expand those into full sentences, and your notes will provide you with the organization for your writing. So once you can do that, it makes it a lot easier for you. And the same thing with the speaking. Once you take your notes like that, you should be able to just speak off your notes. The writing section is just like the speaking section, except you have a little bit more time to make the sentences even better. So you should be thinking about it in a good way like that, rather than something that you'd be nervous about. So good organization, that's always a good one. So with the writing section, now this is one of those areas where you kind of are graded a little bit on your grammar. First of all, you want to use really good linking words. Those are one of those things that, you can find lots of information, lots of lists about those really good linking words. Although, however, whereas, things like that. You want to have a good list of some that you can use that will sound natural when you use them, so that you're not saying the same thing all the way through. If you're always saying but, and, it's not the level of grammar that they're looking for. So linking words are always a really good one to work on. Also, to use a good range of grammar. You don't always want to be talking in the past simple. You don't always want to be writing in the past, past simple, present simple. You want to expand the range of vocabulary. Also use passive and active, direct and indirect. Those are some of the things that we'll work on throughout the courses, but these are good things to keep in mind when you're going through the writing section. But as I said, we'll have some videos on how to maximize your time and your resources to do the best that you possibly can. So, thank you for coming back to iCourses. Once again, my name is Claude, and have a wonderful day.